Hey guys, what's going on? Legion Ludi here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our Gaming XP run, episode 350. It's crazy to think that we're already at 350 episodes. I'm tired of accidentally hitting the Windows key because it actually messes up the videos when I'm trying to record them. But yeah, 350 episodes. Absolutely insane. And so it's been such a blast, to be honest. I had just went and actually took a lodestone from Valhalla, and the reason I did that is because we need more out here. And I would say that I haven't really been choosing from where I would take them. I would say that I'm just kind of grabbing them in a hurry, which, that's not necessarily a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just obviously you want to try to make sure that you're leaving lodestones in that potentially important areas and then trying to figure out what makes that an important area to have one. I'm tired of hitting that Windows key, I've got to be honest with you, because when I'm recording a video, it actually pops up my Windows thing, navigator, and so I hate that. Like, I don't want that in my video, so I can either edit it or start the video over. And so this is the third time of me doing this. Third time of me sort of doing this. Now, it doesn't mean, you guys haven't missed anything. It's literally just been me restarting over and over again because of that key being so close to that. So I also don't, it's weird to me how many different people are all over this map, and you have to try to like put lodestones by them. It's really weird. This is not cool. Let's see. 2, 1, 2. I don't know what that means, so I think we got to do it like this. So I don't know what that means. I mean, I don't think I ruined the dialogue based on what I said, so I don't know what that's all about, but that's really cool. So we're getting closer to this area. That Windows key is ridiculous. It sort of just irritates me. But yeah, so I mean, it's the desert. I guess once you get the magic carpet, that's going to allow you to be able to hover without having to slow. So you should be able to move around a lot better, right? That's my thought. I don't really know. I know just as much as you guys do, but that's my thought. I don't want to die out here, that's for sure. But I'm going to try to get some. Oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do this. Cancel. I thought that was the other stuff. That was absolutely terrible. Oh boy. That's unfortunate. So let's go ahead. Oh my gosh, it's all rune essence. How dumb. I thought this was that other stuff that I actually needed. Let's see. Let's see here. Shade. That's going to be useful. Oh, here's something there's what I actually wanted. So sad that I just wasted all that. So I think this, oh yes, gypsum. So there's quite a bit of it over here. So we're just going to go ahead and take this. But yeah, so we are just working on getting all the different materials that are going to be needed to make adamant ore and the new magic cloth. I think what you can do is simply focus on just gathering the resources. Obviously, there's no new skill, but you are going to be wanting to focus on, obviously, fishing. But that's something I'm just going to be hitting when I go back. I mean, and if I see an opportunity to work on it, because I'm not really grinding that right now. I'm more focused on, like, there's so much to explore, there's so much to kill, and I think it's like, I don't want to just sit there and fish. The whole part of it is exploration, and so I really want to give that a good look-see. So let's go back over here. It's unfortunate that I just didn't activate all the quests prior to this, because now I've got to sort of go back and just hit certain locations that I had not hit because of the I don't know. I guess there's going to be so many people that you can talk to, though. So hopefully I can find reasons why I might need to go back to those locations. Potentially gypsum, things like that. Hopefully at some point, I don't know, I'm not going to say for certain, I can actually go back and sort of, I don't know if I'd ever move my base. I think that's kind of wild to think that way. But I think there's a possibility that I could say to myself at some point, I don't really need all these resources. I know I'm going to go through quite a bit of my food, but here's another way to think about it, guys. That potentially, if they ever raise the million XP for some weird reason, maybe like a new level, higher than level 99, then you might need all that stuff. And if you were to just toss it away, well, I think you'd be really sad that you chose to get rid of it that way. This is kind of nice, actually. You've got this really beautiful little place. So we are going to get some, that's not gypsum, aficionado here. Get a little bit of XP. So I'm sure there's some sort of significance of this town other than, like, I mean, you're still getting sun. So it's not like, okay, this is going to protect you. So there's a door here. Interesting. And there's chests. And there's a bad guy. Interesting. And there's a lever inside. So something is going to unlock these. I don't know what that is, obviously. That's going to take some time and a little bit of sort of exploring, which is fine. I'm not really concerned. I'm going to get some adamant ore. I don't know. I think there's so much adamant ore in the game. That's not your issue. Your issue is going to be coal. Obviously repairs on items, but I don't think that that's like you just get coal, right? It's not a huge deal. Oh gosh. So we are going to be in a fight here in moments because of what the situation, but we don't have to worry about that because we're going to dip. This is ridiculous. Are we going to make it out? Of course we are. Can they come to us? That's an interesting one. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I can fight them from across the way. That would be ideal. Because I'd like to get the loot. I don't know how significant the loot is in the grand scheme of it. Like, how important it is. Let's take a look if I can get that guy. Okay, yeah. I feel like I used to be a much better shot. Obviously, I played a little bit more at that time, and I think that's why I was a better shot. So this guy's taking some damage, but we're not close enough. So, can I still hit him from here? No. Let's see what we can do to change this into our favor. Maybe I can get him from here. No. They've already thought of everything. So we'll just pull out our crossbow. I mean, there's a way to fight these guys. That took forever to pull out the crossbow, just so you guys know. That entire time I was trying to pull out my crossbow. That's wild. So it's doing quite a bit of damage, obviously, but really, I think realistically, I'd like to be hitting these guys with magic, but that's not going to happen. So, and it's getting dark already. Man, it seems like the days in the game just go by so fast. Just got to get over there. There's probably a lever there that opens the level underneath, a lever underneath. So that's probably why you have to fight these guys. I don't, in fact, know that to be the 100% truth. These are just thoughts that it would make kind of sense to me. This guy's getting annihilated. He should be dead any second here. Lots of XP. So if you guys waited to level up to 99, you guys are really going to benefit a lot from this. Although, I would say it would probably be pretty difficult to fight these guys. Like, hand to hand. Like, up in their face, like a bunch of them. But you're going to die. That's why you bring lodestones, honestly, so you guys can avoid that. So I don't know if anybody else is having the problem with the golem, where he's not giving loot. I don't know what that's about. It's frustrating. But potentially it's a bug. Potentially it's something else. I don't know. You only get these 1 packs from these guys. Oy, oy, oy. So this is the new staff. And it's actually amazing. So these guys, I mean, they're nothing, apparently, now that I have this new staff. They're, like, really easier to kill. So that's good. So if you guys don't have the new staff, just know that along the way... Ooh... Oh, it's just Garut shit. That's weird. You would think with that you would be getting one of those, like, vestiges. So that's a little bit strange. So we're going to do a little bit more exploring on the inside. I'm just sort of trying to gather all these different things, kind of collect what might be here, find little hidden secrets. I don't really see anything. I'm guessing one of these is probably going to be classified as the upper areas that they wanted you to sort of check out, but I really don't know. So we've got another bad guy. I don't really know how he would have spawned that fast. It would probably be pretty good to actually up my food and my drink just from a stamina base, but I don't really have the magic one, so might be something I might want to switch to because I didn't really know I was going to be using magic, even though I guess I should have known that. Realistically, I just got a new staff and the staff actually does quite a bit of damage, so something to know moving forward that I can actually utilize those things so I can have more stamina or mana, however you might want to say it, to actually fight for a longer time. So there's going to be something up here. There's a chest. That's the first thing. Probably, maybe potentially a vestige. I don't know. It looks like all of them sort of have some sort of significant thing on them. And we're going to get some of this and some pellets. I would take the pellets, but I could make pellets. I'm not overly concerned about that. So I don't see anything here. I don't see a lever unless you have to dig the lever out, right? That could easily be it, which would be kind of sad if I'm missing those right now. Um, you just have to look at the dirt and potentially see if you see anything, and I don't. So we'll just grab this because we have to go to the other side. Why not grab some coal? Obviously, to make all this stuff into adamant, it's going to take an insane amount. So we'll work our way back down, and then we're going to go to the next platform, which is the one to the left, I guess we'll try. And then we're going to try the one on the right. So that we should have waited. Look at all that adamant. Not a big deal. There's plenty of time to figure all this stuff out. I don't know if that's gypsum. It probably is, actually. Let's just go get the gypsum. I kind of want more of that. It's pretty important, actually. Maybe there's only one lever, because if you see there's only one thing, but then I imagine there'd be three. A total of three that would allow me to enter there. So that's usually the case, but maybe it's just one, and that's why you have to check out all of them. So we got quite a bit of gypsum, and see, that's why you have to use the leggings of lightness. And if you guys have not had the leggings of lightness, it allows you to carry more. And if you guys don't know where to get them, they're basically going to be on top of the windmill in the beginner level area of the game. And leggings of lightness is going to give you a vestige, so you can make more of them. Or if you die with it, or well, I mean, I guess if you die, you could just get it back. But that's where you're going to get it. And so let's go ahead and equip our staff and get back to this. So we're going to go ahead and grab this just because we're here. I don't see anybody that I can fight quite yet, but that might change. I just want to make sure before I start killing something that I'm not going to leave myself vulnerable to a potential attack from another area. So, obviously I think I'm in a position where this guy really can't get me, and that's why that went so smooth, which I believe heavily in safe spotting. Let's just get this coal. This should be like a one hit, right? 2 hits? Oh my gosh, why would it take so long to get coal? That's kind of weird. I guess I've always blasted it, so I really don't even know the appropriate amount of swings to get coal, but I would think with an adamant pickaxe, it would be a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and pull out the staff. You guys are probably going to notice that things are just taking a little bit longer to switch weapons. Why would there be another tree here? There must be something back here behind those sandstone. I think anyway, potentially a lever to open up the other door down there, and then that lever is going to open up something. I'm guessing, I'm not sure. So we're in nighttime here. There has to be some. Oh, it's a cave entrance. Oh gosh. Well, I guess we're going in the cave, guys. Oh my gosh. So I think the best way to do this. So there's a bad guy right here. So I can't hit him from here. I think we're going to have to use range. See how long it's taken to switch? That is crazy. Is it going to... See, I try to target him, and now it's ridiculous. So let's see if we can't get this guy. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many guys are down there. That's the whole thing. I don't want to go down there and get annihilated. Maybe I can fall right here and I'll be okay. And then I can make another drop in a moment. Okay. So, we've got 2 people to fight. Okay, so I think I can save spot one of them right here. I know I was moving my mouse quite a bit there, so that was kind of frustrating. Oh, it's, oh my gosh. Maybe I can drop to this one. Okay. Okay, so I think we're going to be able to save spot this from here. So if you guys are going to come here, this might be how you want to do it, even though we're not actually able to hit them anymore. Try to move a little closer. This is not ideal. This is terrible. Let's see. There we go. Got him. So there's going to be 2 down there. Just be careful. And that would have been cool if there was a little thing on the hand right there. Let's see if there's anything relevant in here. We've got this. That. Nothing else I care for. We've got that. And I've already got that. I guess we could take that. I don't really care for it. Let's go ahead and look. Take some adamant ore. Let's get this gypsum. So much mining XP. Even though it doesn't matter, I have like 5 million. But nonetheless, maybe there's something in here you can dig up. I don't quite know. Lots of adamant ore in here. What is that? Just pieces of things. We could wait 20 seconds and get some more adamant ore, but I'm not really concerned. So that's it. I don't know what the purpose of that was. So we've hit this one and that one. So there's one left. I don't think it's super important to come up here. I could have swore maybe I already got this one. I don't know. But you know what? Let's just go check it out in case. Okay, you see how it auto-switched after I pushed the 6? So I guess you guys can't see, but on my keyboard, 6 is the staff. So that was kind of nice how it came out like that. Pretty easy. I really thought we were going to get the polymer staff. Because we actually had those little shards of like polymer or whatnot. So that really hurt. I think we should be okay. He's got 4 hands. You would think he would throw 4, but I'm glad he doesn't because I would probably be annihilated all the time. Man, we're going to go through so much food in this area. It's kind of wild. So let's just take a look, see anything that might be standing out in here, important. Don't really see anything. I'm guessing that guy's a bad guy. Interesting. There's probably going to be another chest on top here. We're getting some loot. That's good. Is this gypsum? No, that's just stone. So let's go grab that. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I think they had to change the fall, the damage and the fall because like it has to be slower now because I think the game reacts when you sort of take when you're falling like that. What is the significance of this? Just absolutely nothing. Interesting. I don't quite see the point of that. There's literally nothing there. And that's not real, right? In my head, that's not real. There's no reason to. What would be the reason? There's no reason to have no reason. So, what we need to do is actually look closer in there because I believe I might have missed something actually. They wouldn't do all that for no purpose. That doesn't make any sense. So, let's go back in here and let's take a closer look. I don't see anything. I don't see anything that you could dig up. Weird. So there's just lots of weird things going on that don't quite make any sense. Send me down like a little hole in the ground for no reason. That's kind of interesting. No chest. Just literally send me up there for nothing. So it's interesting. Very quite interesting. And it's just sort of like a little city with no purpose. So that's okay. That's cool. Let's go ahead and head this way, and let's go ahead and go to this next area. I'm not quite done, so we're gonna work our way this way and keep going. But I think they've done a great job with the game so far. Really excited about it, and just gonna keep working on things. Right, that's all you can basically do. But so we're going to. I mean, I put the lodestone here. We've done the fishing. I can, it's not really popped up right. So let's see, we've got this, but we've got our net. We could just sort of see how much XP we could get if we were going to net fish. Let's go ahead and check into how much XP we're actually going to get while netting fish. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. And look at that. So we got 35 without actually any actual potions. So basically that's probably going to be really significant XP. So we're not going to sit here and fish the whole time. I just kind of wanted to sort of see how much XP that was actually going to bring. And it's not that bad actually, because if you were getting all the bonuses, I didn't really think they'd give that much. That's probably upwards to 50. So that's actually really good XP. So 99 fishing's not going to be that bad to get. Why am I walking like this? Do you guys see that? That's ridiculous. I must have been standing in the water and didn't even realize it. So, okay. So let's take a step back. Let's go back to our base and let's go ahead and maybe potentially build some of the things that we can build. So we've got our new staff, which is actually really cool, and it does a lot of damage. And so we need to keep working on things that we can actually do. So let's go back inside this chest here, and it doesn't look like we've got a bunch of stuff we can actually do. Let's see. We could just drop this in here, and then I think we can actually drop this obsidian in here right now. So we'll drop that there. Let me go get some more coal, because I think it would actually be good to just start make some more adamant. I don't think that's a bad idea. Okay, so we're gonna drop coal in there, and then is that all the adamant that I got that whole time I was out there? That's kind of wild. I thought it was a little bit more than that. Is there more adamant in here? 3? Weird. But we do have 69 bars, which is actually kind of crazy. We don't really have that much chit. It's kind of weird. Okay, so let's go back over here, and it's not even near nighttime, so we can't really sit there and say like, oh, we could push all this through and make it happen really fast. So let's go back here. We're going to drop the gypsum in there, which is going to give us a ton of gypsum. We're going to drop this in there. So what are these? What are these? 9 of these. Oh, they're the cot packs. Okay, I was like, I thought those were those obsidian things. I was like, how did I get 9 of those all of a sudden? Okay, so we've got some more of this Ica, which I think we should drop inside the kilns. We got everything going at the same time. This is how we're going to get things done fast. You know, before when I played the game, I guess my progress was very delayed because I was so focused on other things, right? Focused on potentially working on leveling up different things, right? So now it's a different kind of thing where I'm focused heavily on sort of just leveling up things. Making new gear and actually just farming resources. Although I would say in Doubt Unreach, it appears that it was so much more difficult to actually do things, right? I feel as though it seemed as though this things were way more difficult as far as gathering enough resources to make things, but I think that's because of the black bars, right? So I think that was a huge part of that. So I have to ground more stuff. I can't actually do that right now. I wish I had more. There we go. I can make a little bit more. So it looks like we were kind of short on that. So we're going to go ahead and drop that into the tannery. Wasn't it the tannery? I thought it was. Maybe it's not. It might have been a spinning wheel. No. See, it's so confusing. We could just drop these in here. I'm not sure what else we're going to have to make. But then we're going to use a lot of the different things that we're doing to... There's so many in there. That's not going to be done for a while. Neither one of these are. So we'll just go ahead and grab all this. And then let's start looking. So here's a big question. Do I want to make a magic outfit? Do I want to make a melee outfit? I think melee provides the best like defense, right? That's going to give us the most defense. Why can't I make the plate body? Oh, it's down here? Maybe? No. Where is the plate body? So we'll have to find that. But basically, what do you need? You need a ton of these refined obsidian, and you need quite a bit of these gypsum wax and some garu weave, which we can buy with chit. So we need scorched leather, and we need bars. So I think the big question now becomes, do I want to just go make the mithril ore armor, or do I want to go into the Mystic Forge? I'm sorry, that's actually not there. That's so weird. I don't understand that. That's so weird. So we can make infinity robes. That's basically what we're looking at. And it's pretty much the same concept, all the same things, except you're going to be needing infinity cloth instead. So it's a stamina regen delay, a magic attack speed, and magic crit chance. So that's really helpful. And if you're using this, you're going to be getting plus 45 magic defense. So you get a lot of defense, right? And you're going to block stamina cost, crit chance after blocking, and a damage to staggered target. So I think I don't know if those only apply to melee things though. But basically, I think we should go for the adamant. Obviously, I'm excited to get the magic set, but the thing of it is, you got to understand, I'm trying to create more survivability. And I think the best way to do that actually is to have melee armor. Now, you're not going to do probably as much damage. It's going to be slower magic damage, but those are probably going to be more things that come into effect when you're fighting an actual boss, right? I think you can just fight regular mobs and collect the things that you're going to need to collect to make those higher level things. You pop it into farming plot and start growing. Interesting. Okay, yeah, but so... Oh man, there's so much going on right now in my brain. It's actually crazy. So, we're going to go over here because I just realized, am I going to even be able to pick it up? I am. I don't know if I need a shovel. I might need my shovel. We're going to bring that just in case. I don't think any of them are going to be sick, but we'll also bring this, and then we can't hold anything else now because we brought all that. So put this food in here, put that food in there, put this here, that there, that there. Okay, so while all that's doing that, we actually can use this opportunity to go back to our farm, and we can start collecting all these different things over here. Hopefully none of them are sick. They are sick, so it's a good thing I'm checking on this now, because if I wasn't, they would all be dead, and that would be really, really unfortunate. So I don't understand why it's like they are so sick. I already healed a lot of them already, but we have a little bit of an opportunity here before it gets dark to fix our mistake. And the rain didn't quite make it, so it might take 2 tries, but ultimately, looks like one of them actually, I think this was one that died prior to this, so I don't think it's really that big of a deal. So we're gonna wait 22 seconds. But do I think I'd ever destroy my base and start over? Big question, huge question. Where would I start? Would I want to go to Al Kharid? Probably not. I think as the game expands, which way would they go? They're not going to come back to the beginner area. You know, they're going to go outward, right? It looks like. So I think maybe they're going to go up. So I think you've got to keep all that stuff in mind whenever, whatever you're doing in the game. So I think here is probably the worst place, safest place for sure, but it's a bad place, honestly, because what it is you're so far from everything else. So it's like you're using a lot more runes, depending on how much you have in your inventory, to get back. So I do it because it's safe, and I already kind of did it. Fell Hollow would have probably been a pretty dangerous place to build a base with the people who want to come attack. And I'm not so much worried about my base getting destroyed. I'm actually kind of worried about all of the things that would come out of the chests if they destroyed them. It would take an insane amount of time to pick all that up, and it's happened to me plenty of times before when I was actually trying to build a base in the Fractured Plains. So we don't have enough water, unfortunately, and it's getting dark, so we have to hurry up and go back and grab more water, because otherwise we're going to lose our crops, which is really unfortunate, but I don't want to lose my crops. So, trust me, for me, I didn't want to be farming right now. I spent so much time already farming, and so I hit it really hard. And I think that's what happens. You get burnt out on certain things, but obviously it can make the game really easy to navigate because you do these things. It's like one of those things where you don't necessarily want to do it, but you're glad you did in fact do it. So I think I just actually harvest 24 plants at once. That might be the most you can actually do. I don't even really know. But yeah, so we're grateful or glad that we did this. I think if I don't um feed these and stuff, they're gonna die, and I guarantee you, because of what I'm doing in the game right now, I'm gonna actually forget about them. So hopefully I can keep my brain intact to remember to come back and fix these when they get sick. It's crazy. I used to actually make plant cures, and I probably wasted over 4,000 bones on plant cures. And I didn't realize the ability was there to actually just cure them like with the water. And so that was about 4,000 bones just gone down the drain. And I noticed, I think somebody actually left a comment. They said, "Why do you do it that way? You could always just do it the other way." And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I'm really glad that I actually changed my ways and fixed it. So let's go over here to the spinning wheel, and we have 99. We got like 108 of those, so that's great. Let's go ahead and go to sleep. But before we do, let's make sure that we can't put anything else in here because these things all take time, so it's best to try to utilize that. Okay, so all this is done. Okay, so let's start looking at what we need to do to make this adamant armor. So it looks like we're going to need refined obsidian, and we have some of the other stuff. So let's go see how many refined obsidian we actually do have. I actually forget how to make it refined obsidian, so I think we need the Garu. Like, we don't even have to take it out. That's the weird thing. Um, let's see what else is in here that shouldn't be. There's already things that shouldn't be in here, like that adamant ore should just go inside here, and then drop in there, and we can make another bar. Let's see what we've got that can go on the spinning wheel. We can drop these 13 in here and make more desert thread. We've got the tannery here, which, what does this make? That just makes caphodite shells. And then we've got this, which is an insane amount of those. But we've got no cactus fibers, which is a processed material. I wonder, so I might have to grow those, and then those are actually going to... I think I'm pretty sure I realize what's going on here. We need the cloth with the ground obsidian, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know anymore. There's so much going on. That's right. You have to use this to make the ground obsidian. So we'll drop that in there, and that's going to make 5. That's a terrible cost. That's pretty high of a steep. So we can make another adamant bar. And then let's go back to the spinning wheel. Nothing. I really need to make a ring, but I don't think I can because ring of life, ring of Agraxis. We've got a ring of recoil, and I can't make that because we don't have the vault shards. These all require, but I know I have rings. It's so ridiculous. It's just, where are they? That's the problem. What's this ring? Ring of mining. Amulet of attack. Let's just put this here, even though that's just XP, and attack XP. Do I not have another ring? I don't understand why I would do that. I can fix my salve. That's just undead. Let's see. It might be up here. Whoops. Picked up raw farm meat. Okay. This is terrible. Look at all those weeds. It's ridiculous. I forgot those were there. There's gotta be another ring. What's this? A ring of fishing. What? That's kind of sad. I guess I never really prioritized making those kind of rings. I was always focused on XP. And so I don't really have any rings that are gonna help me with attack. That's kind of wild. Okay, so we don't have any vault shards to do that. I think I know how to get a vault shard, though, actually. Crafting. Where is it? Where is it? It's the advanced blast furnace. But those are cores. What about a kiln? Those don't give me any of them. Which one of these things takes that? I mean, I hate to run into one of those just to get vault shards. That's so weird. So I don't think there's a way to get vault shards without having to run into a raid, and I don't really want to do that right now. So let's get back to it. So I think we can now make the adamant plate body, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? Where is it? Adamant plate body. So we can make an adamant plate body, and we're going to, And now we're going to replace that plate body with this. And then we'll go ahead and put the plate body up here because obviously we're not using that. And we'll go from there. So helmet wise, we're fine right now. Leggings of lightness is pretty much how we're going to go because we want to get a lot more resources. So to make the plate legs, which we're not going to use, so I think I'm going to go with the adamant helmet. All we need is scorched leather. And so in order to make that, we should be able to do that actually. We need the draconic leather. Looks like there's plenty of it. We need a caphadite shell. And I know we made a ton of that, didn't we? We did. So let's go caphadite shell. And we can make 7 more of that as well. So we're just going to wait while this does this. And then obviously we're going to have an opportunity to make the helmet. And then we just got to make the legs. So this takes a little bit of time to actually make these. So let me see if there's anything else I can actually work on while we're waiting. You've got wheat. So what else can we do here? Because I know there's got to be more. Like all these ingredients here just do absolutely nothing. It's kind of wild. I know you can do something. I think you actually... It might be the loam. Is it this? No. It's that. So we need more shimmer scale powder. And I think you only can get that from killing caphadite soldiers. So, or caphadite people. So we're going to have to do that. That's going to be a big prioritization. So we're going to spend some time doing that. Ground gypsum. I don't remember what I do with that, to be quite honest. Oh, you know what? Maybe I put some of this stuff in the furnace? I don't quite remember. It does something. I just don't remember what it's doing. But maybe it goes in here? It won't even let me put it in there. So let's drop all this other garbage and put all this stuff in here that's not really important from this sort of expansion. It's so difficult to basically go through all this. You wouldn't think so, but I think what it is it's just this repetitive nature of all this stuff that comes in. And so, okay, we got to obviously put this stuff away. I know that's not going to be, I don't know what else is going to be required, to be quite honest with you. So let's just go over here. And we should be able to make this adamant helm when we have desert cloth and garu weave. So garu weave, I guess, I don't know. Let me see. The tannery doesn't have anything in there. We've got that. So I think we're short a garu weave, and we don't have any. So we're gonna have to go trade for some, but we don't even need to have all this here potentially. Let's do this. Let's go back, and we already should be more powerful on the defensive side. Just durability. So we need to kill Caphadite. And I noticed this is probably one of my favorite places so far. There's usually quite a bit of them. And you could just sit here now with your magic and just annihilate them. But melee also works wonders on them. I should have actually grabbed more drinks that were related more to magic. Because obviously that's how you're going to do the most. You know, not run out of stamina. So obviously you're going to keep wanting to collect these. I think that's the gypsum. No, those are stones, so that's not going to be what we thought it was. That's ridiculous. Why do I have to get so close and then get trapped? Looking for the caphadite guys to kill. So it's just basically, there's a treasure chest under the ground over there. What is that? Is that gypsum? That looks like stone to me. It is. So I guess I'll grab this adamant ore. I don't really want to. And it's going to drop all the stone, and I don't even want that. So that's terrible. Oh my gosh. That was pretty bad. I would heal up, but I think the best thing to do is just keep going. I don't think he's going to kill me just from me not hitting him. So, see that? We can just heal up now. We're going to drop these. Go grab all that good stuff. And then we are going to... Is that gypsum? Okay, so we'll just go ahead and blow these up and then focus on the gypsum in 1 second so that way it can respond. But getting full adamant is going to be very important to basically the entire process because you're going to be fighting potentially to get your fire cape as well as other things, and so you're going to need those things. So you're looking for the Caphadite Guardian. You're looking for a lot of things ultimately, but those guys are probably going to get better drops. We're going to go fight some of them right now. I know this episode's kind of long already, and there's really no reason for it to need to be, except there's so much stuff to check out, actually. So I just think it's kind of wild. I don't think it makes sense, but there is a chest under us we can dig up, so probably going to be some interesting things in those chests, especially chit. And chit is very important to get in the game, so there we go. We just got that, which was more chit. So every time you guys see those, I think it's probably just going to give you chit, but that's good. We're in the sun, and it's going to hurt us here, so I guess we should try to protect ourselves. And here comes a Caphadite worker. So I think it's just going to be a lot of spamming spells, things like that. And yeah, so let's jump up here and get this loot, and then we're stuck. So let's just blow up all these. And even if a Caphadite worker comes out in the chance that I don't kill it fast enough, that's not the end of the world. I mean, actually, that's probably better. Because, to be honest with you, we actually want the loot from them. There we go. There we go. So we're just going to be collecting all this stuff, really. And putting that towards making full adamant and things like that. So what was it that we were short? We were short the weave, which we could use chit to get. And then we were also short, I believe, the regular, but that's not a problem because I think actually, in fact, the regular is something that you get just, we're growing that. So that's not really a problem. Okay, there we go. So we're getting lots of resources that are going to be very important and very beneficial. So is this more gypsum? Come on, man. There's so much of this stuff. Obviously, it's great to have. Collect it now, right? Collect it while you're out and about. So that way you have it when you need it. It's just sort of, you've got different things you're trying to do, right? So every time you stop to do one of those things, you have to stop. And you're focusing on something else. So this staff's amazing. I really should have changed to the other drinks to get more, to just get more stamina while I'm fighting. Let's check out what's over here. I mean, I'm not really concerned about adamant ore. I think I've kind of got enough bars to do most of what I want to do. I guess it's worth it to get this. I don't see that thing there. Some more chit. So basically, if you wanted to, you could actually put lodestones where you know that those things are going to be. So you could actually just farm them. I mean, it would take time for them to respawn, I imagine. It's kind of unfortunate that now I actually have to go back up to all the tops of these because I didn't grab that quest in the beginning. So I would say grab that quest. It's going to be very important. I don't know if he just wants you to go to the top or there's something you have to interact with, like some sort of obelisk that sort of says, hey, he went where he was supposed to go. So I don't really know how that works. The sun's going to be affecting us pretty soon here. Maybe I should get that coal. No, it's on cooldown, so that's not going to work. But basically, so we've checked here. I went to the top, nothing happened, so I don't think this is one of the spots. I'm not even super heavily focused on that anyway. So even, it's not a huge deal. So there's still other places I can go and look around. Let's go see this guy and see if we can get some more trade for the chit. That's what I think we should do. I wish they didn't call it chit because it's sort of really close to another word and I don't like that. So, but, oh well. So we're going to go over here and trade these for some other type of weave so we can actually make our adamant helmet. But I think we're making progress. We're not really killing any new monsters or anything like that, but I think we're making other oh my gosh, that is so expensive. That is crazy. That's robbery. These guys are crazy. They robbed me of my chit. It's insanity. So we've done that. I mean, honestly, the fishing XP is just going to come over time. I'm not super hyper focused on that. So let's go back here and we're going to make our helmet. Obviously, there's some quests we still need to do, some new monsters to fight. Obviously tougher monsters that are going to give more, like a faster rate of actual drops and things like that. So here we have it. We have an adamant helmet. We're going to go ahead and make one of those. And then we're going to go ahead and equip that. And we're going to go put this other helmet over here. So we're definitely working on creating an opportunity for us to kill things with better gear so we don't die all the time, right? That's really ultimately the goal. I don't know why it just took those. I think it's push control when it opens. So, um, let's take a look. Obviously, we barely got any of this stuff, but this is really important for creating the stuff that's going to be required to make that special thread, the infinity cloth. So, let's drop this in here, that in here. There's no room. So ridiculous. We'll pull this out. That doesn't belong there. And we'll pull this out. That doesn't belong there. This, that, this. Okay, so we're good now. We're gonna go ahead and drop this in here. Man, there's just so much stuff. So like everything new almost fits in one chest. Because the dragon tooth doesn't belong there. The fish really doesn't have to be there. So while we're here, we remembered. We're going to go ahead and grab a different type of drink if it's not too complicated. Because if it's too complicated, here it is. Got it. But I don't think I have a lot of this. So I don't think I want to spend too much time looking for this because I don't think I have that much. But we are going to be going through food. We're going to be going through drinks really fast, which I'm actually super excited about. I know some of you might not be excited about that, but I just feel as though, I mean, I never thought I'd get rid of it. So if it's just stuck with you forever and you just keep making more, you're never gonna, it's just gonna keep stockpiling and then you don't use it. So what's the point? I don't think I have any more. I mean, I'm gonna check these last two. I don't want to make a bunch if I have a bunch. I've done that for so long, and I'm just sort of tired of making things I don't really need. So if you look here, these look like better. Reduces the stamina and cost of magic attacks, and grants resistance to scorch build-up. Are any of these else for magic? Wow, so these are even better. Then, oh, so they gave these a purpose now. It appears. But what are we short on? Cactus water. Ah, I see. So we're gonna make those as well. And they are really good, right? But at the same time, I have so much of the other stuff. I'm just gonna do what I need to do and go from there. So let's go ahead and drop this in here. And I know this is gonna be a long episode. Darn, that's crazy. But I want to go fight. I'm not done. So we're gonna go fight for a little bit. And if you guys are still with us, we appreciate you for sure. And we're going to go back and try to kill more difficult creatures. Because right now, we're not killing anything creatures. What is this? It looks like I can go back to the Elder. That's weird. Before, he wouldn't really talk to me. So I don't know really what happened there. But we're going to go talk to the Elders and see what they do for us. Maybe they're going to give me the magic carpet. I'm not really sure. So let's go talk to the Elder. You have earned their trust. Our butcher has even named a new dish after you. If you don't mind, he's made something. It will bear you quicksand. No doubt you'll use it. If you wish to complete the mirror relay, you will need the mirror lenses of Uza to the east and Manifat to the south. I have also pursued our merchant to make more goods available to you. He was keeping the good stuff back from you. Okay. So travel to Moon Guru camps, find their elders, and earn the trust to gain the mirror lenses. So let's go ahead and see what new items this guy's got. He had a 1 above him before, so let's see if he has a 2. He's got a 4. So it doesn't look like he's got any new items, though. And it said that he did. Interesting. So this like probably a faster mount. A visual mount variant. Okay. So it's not actually a better mount. And then, so I'm sort of confused. It must be a different store. That's all I can think. The butcher, he's a butcher. Maybe it's him. I don't know, but this is interesting. Okay, so he's got nothing for me. I think I'm going to take a minute just here to kind of look around and see if potentially I missed a vendor, someone to talk to, and potentially somebody who has something for me. I don't quite know. What's this guy got? The blacksmith? He doesn't have anything for me. Weird. Is it Ichiran? I've already hit that guy. He's the main guy. And then so is it Ichiran? You are really the guy looking less the truth. Okay. Weird. I don't know. Feel free to stay a while. No. How do I switch my mount? Mount. G. Okay. So we've got a flying carpet now. Equip. Okay. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. No way. Okay. Okay. So we are going to stop here. Whoops. Just do a fish thing really quick here. I bet we're almost a quarter of the way there. Oh, not quite, not quite. So let's go fight something more powerful. I've got a magic carpet now, and I just want to say how cool that is. So let's go back to where things are going to get a little bit more tense, a little bit more difficult, right? We want to go here because I believe this is where the more difficult Cavadite Guardian was. And so I don't see him here. But obviously, you know, we want to sort of create more intense gameplay. And so I don't see the Guardian. I could be in the wrong place. There's just nothing here, so it's sort of interesting. Let's go to this one. It might be here. There we go. Now we're talking. I don't know how good this is going to go because obviously just because I've got a better staff and better armor doesn't really mean anything, does it? I think we're going to have to get out of here right now. This might work. I'm probably going to get poisoned, which isn't really that big of a deal. So this is a good safe spot. I don't think he can climb. So I think this is going to be good. But the Cavadite Guardian is actually... I mean, I don't know where the Cavadite Queen is. She's probably underground. That really makes the most sense. I don't really think she'd be above ground. But potentially you have to activate that and call her to battle. I'm actually slightly concerned that I may not actually be able to fight these creatures, that they're really actually good. So I'm interested to see how the elements or just basically the whole game is going to change. This is Shade. Oh my gosh, it is Shade and I'm getting attacked. I don't know why it's still building up. I thought that was Shade. There we go. Wow, look at that little sliver of Shade. It's actually wild. Okay. So we did get the Queen or the Guardian. I didn't really see what it dropped because I was trying to fight for my life. So we'll have to look at that in a little bit, sort of see. It doesn't really matter. We need to keep killing these to get the dust. That's actually going to make it possible to make infinity robes. The problem is like, you're so weak when you're wearing those robes, I feel like. We just have one more place to go to get 10 more HP. The only reason I haven't done it is because it's by a blue dragon, and it just sort of takes time to go do that. So I just haven't spent the time to do it. We are going to set a goal right now for the very next episode. Let's talk about it. What do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? I would like to potentially stop using these legs because I think at this point I am getting to a point where I have to start sacrificing how much I can hold for what I need and my survivability. We're going to start embarking on the most harder challenges of the game, and so that's going to require basically a different kind of approach. It's going to basically require me to approach the game in a different kind of way and start going for harder creatures to kill, which means more deaths unless I already have lodestones, which, I mean, I don't really have any more that I can place. We're going to have to get some. But if we're to progress in the game and to sort of find the new things that we need, we're going to have to elevate the way that we play the game. So I know that I've been playing it very safe, but now that I actually have some of the new stuff, I think it's time to actually take a completely different approach and just do it that way. So I'm just going to get the rest of these really quick. These are really important, obviously, to get. So Obviously, chit is very important to get as well. Don't miss any chests. You're going to need that to trade for certain supplies. I'm not sure if you can get some of the supplies any other way. So, but for the current point in time, um, that's how we're going to do it. And obviously, the Guardians probably drop a bigger shell, which is going to allow you to do things faster, probably when creating that dust that makes the Infinity Robes. So, I would recommend if you guys have a safe spot, if you know a way you can do it and you're comfortable with it, do that because it's going to give you way faster stuff. You don't really want to be sitting around forever just messing around, getting the smallest amount of things. So we're going to go ahead and kill this guy because he's like right here. I think we should beat the sun, hopefully. And then, yeah, so this episode's pretty long as it is. Obviously, we have to check our garden as well. I think we went to sleep and then didn't actually cure anything. So what I want to do, what's up with that? It's just a big circle there. So let's go cure the garden, and then I think what we're going to do is in the next episode, what's the plan? The plan, I kind of already, I guess, discussed it, right? We're going to be going into more ferocious areas, starting to go after the bigger creatures to get the better loot, and pushing ourselves into those situations. I really only need one more vault core to do that. I think we are confident in our abilities to basically go there and do what we need to do with ease. Obviously, we might die here and there, but you know what? That's part of the game. So if we die, we die. It's not like at the end of the world. So we are going to fix these. Did these die? How? I literally just planted this stuff. Like, I it does no what. I guess it went through the night, but it didn't give me a lot of time to fix them. I should just make plant cures for these, honestly. But I mean, I'm here. I have the water, but I guess that wouldn't have changed anything. I just didn't come back in time to fix this. So we are gonna fix this stuff really quick, and then we're basically gonna call it. But I wanted to say I appreciate you guys watching this content. I appreciate your time, your energy of just listening to potentially anything you guys could pick up that could potentially help you or the way you play the game or information, anything like that. We're going to go ahead and fix these ones that can still potentially survive. I think it's very important to save these because this is going to be a pretty important ingredient. Obviously, probably not in the next expansion because it seems to be sort of the case that they're important and then they're not, like cloth wise. But basically, yeah. So, generally certain things do transfer to the next expansion. We just, I guess, don't know which ones those are going to be. But once we're done with this, we got 12 seconds. We're going to go back to base, sort of, I guess, go through the loot. Man, it seems like, I don't know how much time passes anymore in these episodes, but it seems like a long time. But I think it's because it's incredibly hot in my room. Like, I'm actually sweating so bad right now. And it's because the room is so hot from the graphics card. It's also hot outside, but it's generally the graphics card. So we're just going to leave that last one. I'm not going to sit here for 30 seconds to save one thing of thread. That's absolutely insanity. So we're going to go back here and sort of see what we got, sort of get all this stuff on the different things that needs to be on, and put away certain things that we can't. So we got that, an insane amount of that. We got those. So we have a greater Caphadite wing, and that's going to give you 3, which is kind of bad. But ultimately, that's where we are. So we'll pop these in here because we're actually going to need them, and then we'll just, I guess, put these in here. Then they won't go. So I guess we'll just put this here. Okay. So that's pretty much it, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hope you guys are enjoying your own adventures in RuneScape Dragonwilds. And until next time, Legion of Doubt out.